diamonds, I ain't never do you cheat, baby. Yeah, cause you ain't cheap, baby. Can you be my destiny? Yeah, I hope you my destiny.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Destiny and I'm back with another YouTube video. So this video that I'm giving you guys today is a little different from my previous videos. I'm going to give you guys today a story time. This story time, really nobody knows about this besides a couple of people, which is my mom, my dad, and my boyfriend. And I ended up telling my two friends in the third trimester, close to when I was about to give birth to my child. So really nobody else outside of those people know that I was going through this. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. In the comment section below, let me know any other videos that you want me to do. Give me any suggestions, anything, and I'll try to get them done. This story time is something that I've kept between my mom, dad, me, my boyfriend, and I ended up telling my two friends later on about the situation, but I kept it to myself for a long time. Me giving this video is the first time anybody outside of those people will hear this story and know that I had went through this. So we're just gonna go ahead and get into the video. So to start off, if you've been pregnant, or you know somebody has been pregnant, or if you're just knowledgeable about this information, you would know that when you're pregnant, you have to go and do a glucose test around 27 weeks. Okay, so the glucose test you get at your OBGYN office, and the glucose test is to see if you have gestational diabetes or not. At my OBGYN office, they only do the 1 hour glucose test. Some offices, or some people that I've spoken to that's pregnant, say that they office gave them a 3 hour glucose test, but I did the 1 hour. So they give you this sugary drink to drink. Some people say it's nasty. I didn't think that it was that bad. You have to drink it down within 5 minutes. So, and then after you finish the drink, then an hour later they draw your blood. My office didn't give me the results right away. I had to wait, and they'll call me over the phone for the results. So I remember being at work, getting a phone call from my OBGYN, and I knew it was about my results, but I wasn't expecting nothing to come back that I had diabetes, you know what I'm saying? So I get the phone call and I go run to the bathroom because we're not supposed to be on our phones like at any job. So I go in the bathroom, I answer the phone call, all happy-go-lucky, expecting good news, because I wasn't worried about anything when I took the test. I wasn't worried about anything. So then you can tell by how a person is talking to you over the phone where you can pick out if something gonna be good news or bad news. So the way she was talking, I knew something was wrong right then and there. So she was like, so, hey, Destiny, your results came back. You know when somebody's talking like that, shit ain't good. So I'm like, okay. I already know what she about to say. She was basically like, well, you have gestational diabetes. So I'm like, okay. My heart dropped. I'm like, so where do I go from here? Like, I never had diabetes. I asked her, I'm like, okay, so what's the protocol when you have gestational diabetes? Because I've never been pregnant before. I've never been told I had gestational diabetes. So all of this news is new to me. So I'm like, so what's the protocol for this? So she's like, I'm going to explain it to you. So basically, you're going to have to prick your finger 4 times a day. You're going to have to prick your finger 4 times a day to check your sugar, and it has to be below a certain range. And if you're able to maintain your diet properly and keep your sugar levels below a certain range, you won't have to go on medication. So right now you're just monitoring your sugar, making sure you don't go above a certain level. So she told me I would have to prick myself 4 times a day. I would have to go to a class for 1 day so they can explain everything to me and tell me how I'm supposed to eat now and stuff like that. So she starts telling me, like, most women that are pregnant and get gestational diabetes, they don't have it after they give birth. So after you deliver, it's supposed to go away. At your 6-week checkup, they recheck you. You got to do the sugar glucose test all over again so they can test you to see if you have it. Also, once you deliver the baby, they prick the baby. I think what they did it every 2 hours. They pricked his foot every 2 hours and drew his blood to see was his sugar okay. He passed. I think they did it for 24 hours. So he passed. So he doesn't have it and I don't have it. So it was just something that you get while you're pregnant. Now, don't get me wrong. Some women still have diabetes after they're pregnant. But for most women, it goes away. From there, I was immediately like, hold on, wait. Can you pause what you're saying? I need to call my boyfriend to tell him what you just told me. Or I need you to explain to him on three-way. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and call your boyfriend. And for those who know me, y'all know I worry a lot. So I'm asking questions like, is my baby going to be okay? So she said, yeah, the baby is completely fine. So I called him on three-way. And I'm like, the OBGYN just called me and told me I had gestational diabetes. So he like, what? I'm like, my results came back. I have gestational diabetes. I'm like, I'm about to merge you on this call and she gonna explain to you everything. Cause like, I always want him to be a part of the journey with me. So whenever I know something new, I make sure he knows what's going on too. I merged him in a call and she re-explained everything all over again. So she told me I'll have to prick myself 4 times a day to check my sugar. She said that I would have to attend this class for 1 day. And it was from like 8 to 4, but I think we got out early. So basically the class was to give you tips of how to portion your food, how to eat right, what you should eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner to keep your sugar levels down. So I attended the class, and at this class, they showed me how I'm supposed to prick my finger. They also gave me a glucose meter so that I can check my own self at home. So we did a practice one at the class. She pricked my finger. I put my blood on the test strip, and then I put it into the glucose meter, and my sugar was good. So that was that. We did it in the class, and then from there on, I had to do it on my own at home. So once I left that class, I was kind of sad, like, dang, I really can't eat nothing. Everything I like, I can't even eat no more. I got to stay away from it, but anything for my baby to make sure that he comes out healthy or whatever. So I had to do it, like, you know what I'm saying? So me monitoring how I eat and portioning my food like I supposed to, my sugars was staying in range my whole pregnancy, so I never had to go on medication. They said I was doing good. Like, I felt like I didn't really have it. My glucose level stayed in between the ranges it was supposed to stay in. So I was doing really good. And so since I had to change my diet up and watch what I eat, I was losing weight while I was pregnant. They told me that was fine as long as the baby isn't losing weight. And he wasn't. He was growing like he should have been. And he's here. He's healthy. I love him. He's passing all his milestones. He's very advanced and I love him. So basically, I never had to take diabetic medication my whole pregnancy. I was really just monitoring my sugar the whole time. So it's like I had it, but I didn't, because I didn't have to take the medication. I was just monitoring and make sure it don't skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? So if I was testing my sugar and it was consistently high, then I would have to take the diabetic medication. But since it was staying in range, I was good. After that class, she told me that also another doctor's office was going to give me a call. So for the rest of my pregnancy, I would have to see maternal fetal medicine. So with maternal fetal medicine, I had to keep track of my blood sugars 4 times a day. I had to log it, and at the end of the week send it in so they can keep track of my sugars. And I'm also supposed to go and see my regular OBGYN. So I was going to doctor's appointments from like 27 weeks all the way up to the end of my pregnancy. So I was going to my appointments twice a week. Then she started telling me more about pregnant women with gestational diabetes. She started telling me that the babies tend to come out bigger, and they might have more broad shoulders, so you might have to get a C-section if that's the case. That ended up not being the case for me. My baby came out 6 pounds 5 ounces. And I had told my mom and dad too, and it was just like, we rebuke it, we gonna pray for you, don't worry about it, you don't have it, stuff like that. And my boyfriend always tell me, don't claim stuff, because once you start claiming stuff, it comes to pass. Like, the tongue is a powerful thing. So I'm like, okay, everybody giving me uplifting words, because I'm like, oh my God, like it had to be me to go through a complication with my pregnancy. Well, it's not really a complication, but it's just like, like why, you know what I'm saying? But it's like at the end of the day, some people go through worse during their pregnancy. So I take the gestational diabetes. Plus, she said it goes away after you deliver your baby. So she was also telling me that because of the gestational diabetes, she wants to induce me early just so he don't grow bigger and I won't be able to deliver him vaginally. I ended up being able to deliver him vaginally, like I said, 6 pounds 5 ounces. So many people kept asking me like, why you getting induced early? Like, because a lot of people don't recommend induction. And I was just telling them, like, I was just giving them different reasons why, but not the correct reason. Like, I didn't want nobody in my business. And me and my boyfriend agreed to keep it between us and our parents that knows. And truthfully, to this day, to this video come out, everybody still don't know. So they'll know after they see this video, but up until today, we still kept it to ourselves. So since finding out that I had the gestational diabetes, I used to walk around with this baggie in my purse or somewhere nobody could see it. So don't come for my baggie, it's a little sloppy now because I don't need it. So in here, it had the glucose meter, the pen, the lancets, and I had alcohol wipes, and also the little needles that go into the pen. Pricking yourself 4 times a day may seem like a lot of work, but once you get used to it, it's not that much. But pricking your finger a lot, I did have a lot of like poke marks in my fingers, so if you looked closely, they went away now. But yeah, I took that to work with me. I took it everywhere I went because I had to check my sugar 4 times a day. Nobody seen me because I was so slick with it, you know what I'm saying? That's how I kept it a secret for so long. But it's out now. That's my secret. I don't have gestational diabetes anymore. My baby is fine. I'm glad I made it through that. All right, y'all, that's it for this story time video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more.